Have you ever wondered why people act the way they do in groups? Or how advertising manages to persuade us to buy certain products? This is where social psychology comes in. It's a fascinating field that explores how our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are influenced by the presence of others. By understanding social psychology, we gain valuable insights into the human experience, from our interactions with strangers to the dynamics of our closest relationships. Get ready to unlock the secrets of human behavior. Social perception is how we form impressions of others and make sense of our social world. It's a complex process that involves interpreting various social cues. It's like putting together a puzzle, using cues like appearance, body language, and verbal communication. Each piece of information helps us build a bigger picture of who someone is. However, our perceptions can be skewed by biases. These biases can distort our understanding and lead to misconceptions. One example is the halo effect. This cognitive bias can significantly impact our social interactions. This is when our overall impression of someone, based on one positive trait, influences our judgments about their other qualities. For instance, if someone is kind, we might also think they are competent. For instance, we might assume that someone who is physically attractive is also intelligent and trustworthy. This can lead to unfair advantages or disadvantages in social and professional settings. Social perception is not always accurate, but it helps us navigate our social environment. It allows us to make quick decisions about who to trust and how to interact with others. By understanding the factors that influence our perceptions, we can become more aware of our own biases and strive for greater objectivity in our judgments. This awareness can lead to more meaningful and fair interactions with those around us. Social influence is a powerful force that shapes our behavior. It affects our decisions, our actions, and even our thoughts in ways we might not always be aware of. One aspect of social influence is conformity, which is the tendency to align our thoughts and actions with those of a group. This can happen in various settings, from casual social gatherings to formal work environments. Solomon Asch's classic experiments demonstrated the power of conformity. These experiments are a cornerstone in understanding how group dynamics can influence individual behavior. Participants were asked to judge the length of lines, and Confederates, who were actors posing as participants, intentionally gave incorrect answers. This setup was designed to test whether individuals would go along with the group, even when the group was clearly wrong. Surprisingly, many participants conformed to the group's wrong answer, even when it was clearly incorrect. This highlighted just how strong the urge to fit in can be, even at the expense of one's own judgment. Conformity can be explained by factors like a desire to fit in or a belief that the group has more information. People often assume that the group knows something they don't, leading them to follow along. While conformity can have negative consequences, such as perpetuating incorrect information or behaviors, it also serves important social functions. It promotes cooperation, social harmony, and can help groups function more smoothly. Understanding the power of the crowd can help us navigate social situations more effectively. Obedience, a form of social influence, involves complying with direct commands from an authority figure. This phenomenon is deeply rooted in our social structures and can be observed in various settings, from the military to everyday workplaces. Stanley Milgram's controversial experiments in the 1960s shed light on the power of obedience and its potential consequences. In these experiments, participants were instructed to deliver increasingly strong electric shocks to a learner, who was actually a Confederate, whenever they made a mistake. The setup was designed to test how far individuals would go in obeying authority, even when it conflicted with their personal morals. Despite the learner's cries of pain and apparent suffering, a majority of participants continued to obey the experimenter's orders to administer shocks, even when they believed they were causing serious harm. This revealed a disturbing aspect of human behavior. Milgram's findings highlight the ethical dilemmas associated with obedience to authority. The experiments raised questions about the limits of obedience and the responsibility of individuals to resist harmful commands. They demonstrate the potential for ordinary individuals to commit acts of harm when instructed by an authority figure. This has profound implications for understanding how atrocities can occur in various contexts, from historical events to modern-day scenarios. Understanding the factors that contribute to obedience is crucial for preventing such atrocities in the future. By studying these dynamics, psychologists hope to develop strategies to encourage critical thinking and moral courage, helping individuals to resist unethical orders and promote a more just society.